In Does Differentiation Work? Is That Even the Right Question? Dave Powell is responding to James's article in Education Week in which he claims that differentiation does not work. James is a known proponent of gifted education, which means that he believes that there is a aptitude of intelligence that can be measured and labeled. There is also IQ that can be measured with multiple means of assessment, and that classrooms should be separated homogeneously in order to lessen the burden on teachers and to mesh like-minded students. Powell responds in this article to James's claims, and his responses to the first one of the aptitude of intelligence include the fact that it's a little bit questionable that you can actually label somebody effectively and measure their intelligence consistently across the board and then label it with a number. In addition to that, that the school system shouldn't be set up in a way that it provides a more enriching experience for those students who have a higher score. Instead, all students should be allotted the same experiences and should always be working towards the same goal. Then, when James discusses about the IQ, Powell responds saying that IQ assessment is very easily influenced by cultural bias and circular reasoning instead of being strictly objective. Finally, in regards to the classrooms being homogeneous, Powell disagrees, thinks that they should be heterogeneous, and his reasoning is because he says that students setting up from the beginning by being separated in that way will then for the rest of their lives be separated that way, and that it's directly related to a limitation placed on adults from having economic and social mobility. Personally, I followed Powell's argument through the entirety of the article until we got to that last section. I think it's slightly far-fetched to argue that having a homogeneous classroom will make it so that students will be unable to have any social or economic movement in the future. Although I do agree that classrooms should be heterogeneous because I think it's extremely beneficial for students to work with other students who may be at different levels than they are so they can have that experience with teaching and learning from them. In addition to that, I think it's really beneficial for students to see their peers as fellow role models also.